Hello, my name is James, and in my second year of university at BCU I was given the amazing opportunity to study abroad in America at Northwest Missouri State University. This really was an experience I'm so glad I went on, as I learned so much and gained a lot of confidence on the way. This video has been created to show some of the things I was up to on my study abroad. Northwest is located in a little town called Maryville in the state of Missouri. It is so unique in that out of hundreds of miles of farmland, a little town pops up with a university, shops and houses. It is really cool to see the strong community feeling that the town provides. There is a huge population of students, which makes it really lively and means there's always something going on. My first impression of the campus at Northwest was just incredible. So different to the way we have things back home. Just seeing their amazing football stadium that the Bearcats play in, their huge administration building that looks like a castle on campus, their basketball and baseball pitches and Colden Pond just made it such a beautiful campus, and I loved walking around it in my spare time. It really did feel like an American style campus that you see in the movies. I found the weather quite crazy at first. Everything was covered in a huge blanket of snow and the Colden Pond was frozen solid. But then as weeks went by, I actually got sunburnt, and it was quite crazy to see how weather changes from day to day basis. It did remind me a bit of home. There was also huge lightning storms that covered the sky, which was just fantastic to watch, and I used to stay up all night watching. Away from enjoying the campus, I did a lot of studying in my time abroad. I took 5 different classes: media design, introduction to media advertising, social media strategies, video production and practicum in television. I had to get used to this difference in class structures, as they had midterms and finals as well as assignments, which was quite different to back home. Video production was taught by Justin Ross, a Hollywood producer who has worked on a lot of big budget films.
So every semester here at Northwest we have a couple production classes that make their own short films that come from concept to completion from every single student. So we come up with our own ideas, we write our own scripts, and we go out and we film with local actors in local locations. We work a lot with the theater department for their own professional actors to get some experience too. And we all go out and we put together these films, and then at the end of every semester we have an event where in this case it's a film festival and a premiere where we're able to kind of showcase all the hard work of the students that they've been putting in every semester.
Practicum in television was my favourite class because of the practical work we performed in it. I worked for KNWT, the student-led TV station in Maryville. I was in the Channel 8 news team where I created news packs every week covering events, interviewing students and staff. This went into a 15-minute show that we produced every week that was aired in the local area of Maryville.
This week on Channel 8 News, we investigate the financial aid program, we take a ride with the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and we get the latest on the spring semester one-act plays. Channel 8 News starts right now.
They also helped on 2 live on-location sporting events that were live streamed, one basketball and one baseball game. I learned so much in these classes and I really enjoyed every minute of it. They were much more practical in their approach, and I used the facilities they had on campus a lot more and in a more regular basis. The TV studios, the radio studios, the editing suites and the library. The facilities at Northwest were amazing and I used them a lot. The teachers and other students were so welcoming as well in my classes, and I felt a real part of Northwest. In my spare time, one of the things I enjoyed most was going to watch sporting events. Northwest is really big on sports, and they have American football teams, basketball teams, baseball, football and many more. It was so cool to see these sports that I'd not really watched before. Watching the Bearcats play basketball was so amazing. The end-to-end games, the cheerleaders and the band and the community spirit everyone showed in the crowd just made it incredible. The band themselves were amazing, and I sometimes go to watch them just on their own. Being at Northwest, I was also able to talk to and interview staff and students about their experiences and what they think about Northwest and the activities they host. One person I spoke to was Jeanette Piriel, the international organiser at Northwest, and she talked about what it means to study abroad and what she thinks it offers students.
We promote academic study and cross-cultural engagement in different cultures. We know that through study abroad, the learning goes outside of the classroom too. So we want our students to have cultural immersion experiences abroad. We look to have more practical experience for study abroad students. I want to expand on offerings for student teaching and internships, academic internships. I also want to expand our partnerships with universities. That way we can offer more affordable experiences for our students. And obviously the opportunity to receive students from other institutions.
I also did a fair amount of travelling. I visited Kansas City in Missouri a few times and also went to Nebraska. It was nice to see a really big city and get away from the smaller scale that is Maryville. I also had Kansas City style barbecue, which is some of the best food I think I've ever had. Kansas City was amazing. Going through the huge skyscrapers and seeing the big city life was so great. Just to see an American style city was just so awesome. I also got to see the Kansas City Royals play, which are a baseball team, and the Sporting Kansas City, which are a football team. It was an incredible atmosphere walking around their huge stadiums and making a day out of it. It was one of my favourite moments going on a road trip with all my friends to see the Royals play in Kansas City. I did have a lot of concerns and fears about studying abroad at first, but the international department do really help you and get through all the hurdles such as the visa, the flights, the application and making sure you're okay when you're out there. It did help that I went to Northwest with a fellow BCU student, Lexi, who helped a lot with homesickness and supporting me when I needed help. But when I arrived, all my fears were left on the plane and I was in my element and I was determined to have the best experience I possibly could. I also made a lot of great friends over there and we used to hang out all the time watching movies, playing games, going on road trips, and it was so fun to just make new friends and meet new people and do things I'd never done before.
James, what side are you on?
I'm on the wrong side of the road.
And on the wrong side of the car.
Because Maryville has thousands of students on campus, there was always something going on. Fraternities hosting events, there was concerts, bands, musicals from students. There was always something to do, so I never was bored in my time away. I would really recommend anyone watching this to apply to study abroad. Whether that being at Northwest or somewhere else, I learned so much and gained so much confidence in myself that I feel like a different person to the one who stepped onto the plane to go to America. It really was the best time of my life and I made so many great friends and had some unforgettable memories that I will cherish forever.